All right, beautiful people everywhere. You can't hide no matter what you do. That's right. Let your heart and your song shine through. Yeah. And you'll be the medicine that we need. Beautiful. All right. So here we are, the magical number, the 6 directions. I love that. And here's the 7th. Brother Phil, come on in. Just allowing everybody to roll in. Where's everybody coming in from? How you doing? Let me know what's happening. All right, are you in, Phil? Phil is in. Beautiful. Beautiful. 7 directions. The east, that is the mental body. South, the emotional body. West, the physical body. North is spirit body. And then in the center of the sacred hoop, we can view the heavens and the earth. Wow, the 7 directions. Wow, welcome everybody. Oh, so let's just come and feel our body, really feel the presence as we allow that generation, that next generation to settle themselves. You know, my daughter, as you hear her in the background. But let's just come into a stillness. Really acknowledge this sacred circle. If anyone is new, we come in the name of love to gather together and review the ancient teachings to be applied now. So we are awakening the presence of the teachings within us and how we can activate them through the call of life and through the call of our soul, how they come into that harmony, right? The appearance of circumstances on the outside and the appearance of the inspiration and intuition flowing from within, having them merge. And that's the idea of gathering in love, this merging of knowing without knowing who we are and what we've come here to do, right? Moving beyond the labels of identity. So we're going to tune in. Then I'll talk to you about our journey today. And yeah, so let's rub the hands together. Feeling the activation, feeling the energy of the hands. Let me know how I sound before I begin, everyone out there. How am I being received by you, my audio in particular? Give me a thumbs up, or let me know you sound great, Akka, or it's great. Beautiful. All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. So rubbing the hands together, really feel the warmth being activated as you press the palms with a little pressure so that you use this friction to activate. See these energies of the universe? Pressure, friction, stress, resistance, all of these energies. And that's our goal here as we come together in the name of love to be spiritually empowered. Our first observation of this world is through the lens of energy. The same energy that gives it its origin, this physical experience, this energy. We come to represent ourselves as energy beings. Beautiful. So press the palms together. Feel the energy that you just activated. Press the thumbs into the sternum. I want you to get a sense of yourself as a vibratory being. Let all the sounds around. Imagine the children all being taken care of, all having food to eat, all having space to grow and learn in a safe container. They can explore their boundaries and never be crossed by those who want to use their power. So as we tune in, we'll hear the activity of the child, but we want to incorporate that into the opening of our circle today, sending out the energy of love so that all children will be taken care of, knowing that if they are taken care of, that means the parents are taken care of. That means the household is taken care of and the family is taken care of. Yes? So we want to have an awareness of that. As we had the question last week, how can I use the energy of this life to serve our souls, to serve my soul? And in this moment, let this service flow out, this energy flow out for the children. Yes, for the children. So we're going to tune in with the Creator's name in Aramaic. Abwoon. Jacinta, if you can write that in for us. Abwoon. Recognize each sound that we generate representing a consonant or vowel. We're going to have a sense of connection, that we are establishing a relationship. So this is how, if we're sitting on the Nile 5,000 years ago with our hands in prayer position, hearing the flow of the water, seeing the beautiful temples and structures, that we are cultivating an awareness that these are living beings, right? These vowels and consonants are living beings. And when the ancient ones heard how they are to be weaved together with silence, we came up with these words that had these meanings, have these representations. So it's more than just the meaning of Abwoon being the great parent of creation. It is this vibration that we are cultivating a relationship with, remembering our oneness with the source of our being, rather than being separate, and that's over there and this is in here and that person's doing that over there and it affects me in here and I do that and that affects them over there. That we come to this oneness, that we're together in this intelligence and we're guided by love. So let me demonstrate on one breath for anyone who's new. You'll take a long, deep inhale, honoring your body if you're on your moon time or pregnant, so there's not too much pressure on the uterus. And we'll visit and spend time with each sound, like so. Giving that end sound some time at the end. In my mind, I'm looking to spend, if you need to hear the technical aspect, about 4 seconds with each sound has been coming up in meditation for me. But we're going to be in a flow and be in the flow. And the most important thing is to feel the mouth, feel the breath coming in and how you're designed to generate sound, right? Because we're going to be generating a question to tune our mind and brain so we receive the answers we need to flourish in this lifetime. Okay, close the eyes. Now I'm going to go a bit softly, but I want you to really hear your sound. You know, you might hear mine, not necessarily that you have to match my pitch, but feel the harmonics as you find yours. Most important is that you find your pitch that feels comfortable to you. For the Middle Eastern mystic and this very masterful meditation, that was a way to dwell in the sanctuary of the Most High. It was the way to dwell in your place, your very own place within the source of your being. If you recognize, in the beginning was the word, vibration, yeah? And that word was with, the generator, organizer, and deliverer of this experience of life. And it was the generator, organizer, and deliverer of this experience of life, G-O-D, right? And I like to add, and it is this generating, organizing, and delivering energy of life. So, we're tuning in with the idea that this can be a practice for you to tune in to this energy when you're beginning to feel the body go through certain things that are appears to be out of balance. I would usually say in the healing ministry, when people came to the spiritual clinic, and this is back in the 90s, but I would often say that there's a language, there's an expression, the body is calling out to our conduct, our behavior, our way of thinking, that we can harmonize with balance. Balance is already present, already doing its thing. We get a chance to activate our connection to harmonize with that balance. That's where we get a chance to participate. And that's where the power of this mantra in particular was utilized. That when we activate, we can become aware of the ways to harmonize with balance. And the ways to harmonize, like a background singer, the ways to harmonize are available. And this is one of them. So let's dive into it. Take a deep inhale to synchronize our breaths together. Hold it a moment. Exhale. And we'll inhale to begin. Really feel it, pressing the thumbs into the sternum. Top of the inhale, hold a moment, and we will begin. Experiment with different tones and pitch. Top of the inhale. Shoulders relax. Vibrate. Really feel the sound coming up from your navel point. Two more. Last one, a little softer. Inhale deeply in a way that is comfortable for you. Retain that breath at the top of the inhale. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor as long as you're not on your moon time or pregnant. Sip a little air. Everything at this point should be comfortable, and you begin to hear the vibration continuing. Recognizing how you can use your ears without using your ears. that let you know you're in your soul, you're in the realm, the vibration of your soul as you exhale. Let's open up our space. And I'm doing this as a mentoring moment, as an example for you. Open up your space. Activate your space with the sound of the Creator that flows through your voice. Thank you, giver of our breath. Thank you for this moment together, to face our hearts virtually together to the center of the sacred hoop, reminding us where to dwell in your space of generating, organizing, and delivering this life you have given us. Thank you for these ancient teachings that we can apply now to guide us during the time of transformation that can sometimes appear overwhelming, chaotic, and cause us to draw on situations, people, places, or things to create an identity. Thank you for allowing us to release that identity into your hands and to dwell in the space of remembering we are energy, guided by love, guided by your presence, the infinite intelligence of life. Thank you for this opportunity to dwell in this space and energize ourselves. We ask that this go out to all our family, all those that are going through challenging times, all those that have made their transition, going through transitions of graduating into the next realm and leaving this body, and all those that are revealing themselves as ancestors, those bodies that are being found in various places of the world that we hear about and we don't hear about, those beings that have sacrificed their lives so that we can awaken in this now moment. Thank you for this ability. Thank you for those ancestors. Thank you for being guided in the way of love. And again, we ask this for all our family and all our relations. Give thanks. Amen. How y'all doing? Here we are. Now, we've been going through a three-part series, if you will, around connecting with a practical use of the technology of our brain-mind interaction when it comes to the basic idea of performance in this physical world. I've taken on a brain coach. What's a brain coach? He's sort of like a memory coach, brain coach. His name is Jim Quick. Check him out. Kwik, I believe his last name is. And so I've been taking some of the principles he's been teaching and bringing them into our spiritual walk that is focused on being empowered. When I say spiritual walk, I could say energetic walk. How we come to be spiritually empowered, energetically empowered from moment to moment. So that as we experience the expression of the body, as we experience the expression of our energetic self, our spirit, as we experience the expression of the mind and its fluctuations and its movements, as well as the emotions, these positions on the medicine wheel, that these positions that anchor us in, anchor us into a way to recognize how we can harmonize with balance, right? So we can view what's going on from the center of the hoop and begin to receive answers to what we need. For example, physical energy. And when you are a caregiver to a child, there's a certain attention and focus that takes place. And I'm noticing when my daughter is in school and they have waffles and then they have rice and beans and plantains, and salad, but it's very strong in the carbohydrate realm, and then she'll wake up with a little cough, right? Wake up with a little bellyache. And then it settles down with some teas, and then she goes into a routine of having her breakfast. And then she had a Friday sleep, slumber, game activities at school, and didn't, they went to bed, real late, about 1 or 2 in the morning, woke up at 4, excited to be around each other and have the sleepover at school. But the cuisine, you can imagine, was pizzas, candies, um, pastries for breakfast in the morning. So then we had a birthday celebration for a very beloved community member, and it was a pizza party. And although mostly raw food cakes and consciously preparing desserts, it was cakes and ice creams, and so it was just a big overload, and which required some care. And I think when the body expresses itself, we do our best to not make it seem it was a bad thing that took place, but just a sense of awareness. And that's where I'm heading into, this idea of awareness and how we can activate that from moment to moment, so we are walking as spiritual beings and realizing what that experience feels like. Not just what it means to say those words, but what it feels like. Because we are going to be aware and sensitive to certain experiences. It doesn't mean I'm attempting to prevent that when I noticed it, because I was trying to get those herb teas when I just heard her waking up a certain way, and then it ease off, and then there'll be no more coughing or no more upset stomach for several days. But it's just a matter of being aware of the experience of being energy, even though an uncomfortable situation may come. Yeah? Even though an uncomfortable situation may come, that we can still be aware and we can still have the experience. And in that awareness, we were saying that from the brain coaching into our spiritual recovery coaching, if you will, that recovering our true abilities, that last week we posed that question: how can I use this energy of life so that I can serve my soul? Now we're posing that sentence to recognize that I is present within this consciousness. I am having an experience, but I am also more than that. I am also infinite. I'm also connected to an essence of the design of the universe, of creation, that has all the information of creation and all the information about the uniqueness that you are. And in our realm of training to be spiritually empowered, energetically empowered, in our realm, in our container, we call that the soul. And that's what we cultivate a relationship with. In my experience and experiencing other clients and passing on this concept and way of living, there's a miracle of knowing that emerges without knowing. So there is an experience that takes place that gives you the connection with balance. And that balance can show up as peace. It can show up as the body healing. It can show up as a healing in relationships that have been stressed, right? It can show up as, it did with my daughter, where it seemed like there was something deeper going on. And we are moving, like you start to begin to see as we begin to talk about things, as we get guided, as I get guided to do certain things with her, show her about. So now it becomes a moment, now I can show her about the herbs. I can show her about the herbs that are part of her family lineage. Even if it's just with my lifetime, this is what I've used. And now you can pass this on to your children, right? Barberry bark, barberry root bark. You can use that barberry root. It's going to be bitter. Add a little licorice. That's going to help calm and harmonize the system. Calm what they call rebellious chi if there's some nauseousness. It'll calm that rebellious chi. Settle the digestive system, right? Create a sweetness and harmony as licorice does, yeah? So add that to the barberry, but you get that bitterness, but you get a little bit of that sweet, to share those things with her. And I encourage you, this is a love mission. Think about the aspects of your life that are presenting challenges. We have the first question, and then we're going to bring in the second one. The first question: how can I use that experience to serve my soul? Especially if it's a very mysterious thing, right? Especially if it's a very mysterious thing that's taking place. I had a mysterious thing, like an inflammation in my knee, and this is where I'm getting my training, y'all, and that's how I trained as a healing minister. My mentor, Max Borisov, had an experience of Christ, and he felt that awakened his intuition, that experience with Christ, and he was always about sharing with his students and mentees that you need to develop, right? You need to develop your intuition, right? And your connection to that knowing, because it's in you. It's in you. So the next question, so first is, how can I use this energy? Whatever that energy is, you want to be specific, you can be specific. If you say this energy of this life, go, you can travel how you want to serve my soul. How can I use this energy? The next question is, why must I use this energy? Why must I use this energy to serve my soul? And then it's just a matter of, you can pose them before you go into practice, some pranayama like we're about to do, or you can pose them before you go to bed and see what emerges. The encouragement here is to tune inward. Tune inward. Let us reestablish that trust. We were sending blessings out. In particular, I was having images of the mass graves that are being discovered in the boarding school institutions of the Catholic institutions in the Northwest. Some of you live in Canada, so you're aware, and we really want to honor these children ancestors, because I keep having the image of that scripture: out of the mouth of babes shall come, I'm paraphrasing, shall come that wisdom that directs us, on that path of harmony and balance, I believe, to the beauty way. And I feel this well up in me every time I think about, even in my own family, nobody wanted to talk about the indigenous heritage. Nobody wanted to talk about even the slavery heritage, so that we can heal and come together in a way that awakens, awakens this presence, that awakens that presence. And that's what we're using these questions for, awakening a connection to the presence. That's why we're chanting Abum. You can take 3 minutes out your day and you can continue that practice. You can take 11 minutes, you can take 30, 1 minute, you can take 22 minutes. Begin to start shifting the gray matter of your brain when you get into 62 minutes. These ways that we have to activate. It sounds so simple, but as I heard a master ustad of mantra, teaching people how to sing mantra, in particular a bhakti way of devotion, breath. But he said these sounds are living beings. The more you spend time with them, this is the key, the more you spend time with the question, because they're in there. Why? W-H-Y. They're all living entities, these 26 letters. It's a family of 26 beings. The more we spend time with them, the more of the mystery they can reveal. Yeah? So let's do a little process to, so we activate the teaching with the consciousness that set everything in motion. Yeah? Prana and consciousness. Okay? So let's open up our heart center for just about a minute. And in the breathing process, that is about having a consistent self-authority. Yeah, being in that sense of knowing you, knowing your capabilities and activating them in every moment. Yeah, without judgment, without any of that. So we're going to bring the hands in prayer position by the heart center. Watch me for a moment. We're going to do a little bit of a cycle breath before we begin. That will happen in the beginning. And then we're going to go in 3 segments, activating this trinity, right? But we're going to call it the Father, the S-U-N, and the Mother, or the Holy Spirit. Consciousness, in yogic terms, it would be consciousness, right? And that prana, or life force, and the will, right? This will, this presence. So we're going to go in 3 phases. It'll look like so. I'm going to begin in the nose, 3 segments, as if you are allowing the breath to come in 3 equal segments. And by the time you get to the 3rd segment, you got a full breath. Of course, honoring yourself if you're on your moon time or pregnant, looks like this. So you have a little flexing of the spine, and then exhale through the mouth. All right? So a little flexing, so we'll kind of get a little rounding of the spine, spreading of the shoulder blades. Exhale all the air out, and inhale with me. Last one. Squeeze the air out in a comfortable way. Hold it out for a moment. This is calming for the system. Long inhale through the nose. Keep the hands in prayer position. Straight spine. Hold the breath in. Exhale. Keeping the hands in prayer position, just allow the breath to regulate. Feel the presence. That sense of will within you that allows you to connect to your breath. And now we're going to tuck the thumbs into the fist. And we're going to bring these middle joints of the fingers together like so. All right? Allow them to come together like so. We're going to hold it by the heart. Eyes are going to be closed. And then you'll just have a little opening so that you can fix your gaze on the tip of the nose. So you'll just open them slightly. And you really wrap that index finger around the thumb, and then it allows it to come together, and you sink that thumb into the closed fist. Beautiful. The spine is straight. And now we're going to exhale and inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale smoothly through the mouth. Exhale out the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale out the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale out the nose. Now begin to really empty as long as it's comfortable for you. Squeeze the belly button towards the spine. If it's not comfortable, just go to where it's comfortable. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale out the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale out the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last cycle. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale out the nose. And the last inhale through the nose. Top of the inhale, hold the breath. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor as long as that's comfortable for you. Please stay away from doing it if you're on your moon time or pregnant. And exhale through the nose, release the hands. Shake the hands out. Just allow your breath to be normal. Go ahead and touch. Let's do the sun. The sun finger, the ring finger and the thumb. Palms face up, relaxing in your lap. Just tune into the experience of consciously participating in how life force and consciousness comes to you. And as you sit still and pose these two questions, Maybe there's a particular energy that you are aware of that you need answers to. You need to know the way to navigate through that energy. How can I use this energy to serve my soul? Why must I use this energy to serve my soul? So now's the time we go into a little short Q&A. If you have any questions around what we practiced, any questions about how to apply it, any questions that are bubbling up to bring to our hearts of love, or if you have the need to be heard, this is the space for that now. You can write it in the chat. Or if you have a question, I can unmute you. Or Jacinta can unmute you. And you can speak that question. Yes, huge shift. And this is what will take place as you begin to turn inward. I was just talking to my daughter about, those children being found, just to let her know what's going on in the world, rather than being in the fantasy of Barbie and American Girl dolls and LOL dolls. I know it's important to be a child, but when do you begin to let the child know? And since Waldorf schools say we drop into our body at 9, there's a full descent of our conscious energy into earth at 9 years old. Interesting number, 9, a number of completion. And we were talking about that, knowing the shift as she's taking care of herself and knowing how the body is shifting. As we're practicing, tuning into the shift. Right? Because I was just looking at that word. Interesting you say that, Phil. It's just one letter in there that will move it from shift to sugar honey iced tea. If you took the F out, it'd be fertilizer. But that fertilizer is really deep in that duality, right? It could be something that gets eliminated and excreted, but it's also something that can fortify as we eliminate. So this is why for us, our focus is away from the duality experience. Our focus is awareness of this sound coming out of our core being, right? It's not just coming out of one ear on one side. The sound doesn't come out of one hand. The sound originates from our center point. In yogic terms, our Shushmana. We'll be talking about the anatomy a little more as we create an immersion day, just to go like a workshop day. We need to create that. Yes, yes. Everybody good? Thank you for that, Phil. And keep feeling that. And as you drop into, for anyone, as you feel the shift, drop into that feeling and anchor it into your nervous system. So when the triggers, when the situations show up that feel distracting, that you can feel that. You can feel it. But it doesn't tell you how to feel, It doesn't tell you how to feel. You experience it because you're in the center of the medicine wheel. You're not too much in your mind, too much in your emotions, too much in your body, too much in your spiritual experience. You're just in the center of it. You see it. You say, how can I use this energy to serve my walk on this medicine wheel of life? Why must I? so incredible. It just the last thing, it reminds me of an image, if there's no more questions. It reminds me of an image of the medicine that comes out of um, the islands of Hawaii and their Ho'oponopono medicine teachings, where all the experiences we have, they say because our soul has traveled from the beginning of time to now, then we have a certain awareness of our conscious experience during those times. In this moment, some of that information may be stored in our subconscious. So as experiences show up, they're showing up because they're part of our experience of traveling throughout life from the beginning to now, because we were there in the beginning, more than just our birthing out of the womb into this life as a beginning, but to consider. Now this is something to consider. It's an advanced thing to consider, but you all can handle it. You are the medicine people that have come here to help awaken consciousness, not awaken people. I've just been having that image. Not awaken the people, to raise the consciousness so that the way of thinking is in alignment with the consciousness that we are raising the vibration for, right? So that we operate from love, we operate from respect, we operate from dignity, we operate from, service. As we've traveled, when experiences show up and we're aware of them, it means that we're connected to that somehow. Somehow we're connected to it. It doesn't mean we need to go off and figure out which way. Some people may be into past life regression. That's cool. I'm not disrespecting that at all. But what I'm saying to you, as these experiences show up in your life, right? Let's say we have the experiences of the children being found, that coming into consciousness, right? Being unearthed, these experiences that of these conscious beings is connected to us all who hear it. And now we go to the place of connecting our experience of it to the balancing place of harmony, to the balancing place of healing. And how do we do that? Yeah. We can pose the questions as we've been doing today. How can I use this energy? Why must I use this energy to serve love, to serve my soul? From the Ho'oponopono way, they would say, I love you, I thank you. Sometimes, forgive me, thank you, I love you. There's this mantra that we just begin to repeat. And we don't know how we're connected to it, why we heard it, why we're connected to these various experiences in life that feels distorted, chaos, just craziness, or the body going through something. We don't know why, but we can connect to the place of truth, knowing that we're connected to it somehow because we're consciously aware of it. And then, if I had anything that set it in motion, forgive me. For allowing me to remember that we're connected, I thank you. And together we can love. I love you. I love you. Be loved. I love you. So that's you're speaking the voice of the universe. And it's just creating this cycle of love. You being loved. Loving the energy that is restoring towards harmony and balance, or being able to express harmony and balance. Everybody all right? I think we've come to it. I think we've handled it today. Yes. Let me know you're all right out there. So beautiful. Wow, and powerful, man. I'm really feeling the chills flowing and the love flowing. So I want to say we're going to be creating a Saturday immersion where we can dive into these teachings a little deeper and really bring up some challenges that might be going on in life really workshop them with a practice, like take it to a practice so you can really get an experience of doing something for 11 minutes or doing something for 22 minutes that's consciously connecting you to this energy. Yes, 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 y'all. All right, all right. Yeah, barberry root powder. Yeah, man. It is like golden seal, but it doesn't destroy all the bacteria like golden seal will. It will awaken the immune system to know who doesn't belong or who needs to vibrate in alignment with health and well-being. Yes, welcome all of you. Thank you. We represented the directions of the wheel, including me. We represented the infinite flow. Good to see you all. Carol, Juliet, Karen, Margarita, Phil. We did it. We did it. Let's give thanks to Jacinta for helping my brain to stay focused on doing this, because it's a task. And I give thanks for having an opportunity to be in balance. Use this energy because I must be the purpose I came here to be, which is to raise the vibration so we live life in a spiritually empowered way. So bring the palms together. Let's tune out. We're going to acknowledge the truth of our being. Sat, truth, Nam, identity. We're going to do it on one long breath. Sat Nam. Let's inhale together. Sat Nam. Thank you, Creator, for bringing us together, for allowing us to be energized by your presence. Thank you for walking with us today, revealing the miracles that align us with our purpose for being here, what we sent ourselves here to do. Thank you for giving us that awareness. And thank you for the miracles that have us grow confident in how we are abundantly taken care of, to do what we need to do, to be who we need to be, and experience the joy of your presence along the way. We ask that this peace and this joy and this abundance and the health radiate out to all our family, all those having challenges, and all our relations. Ashe, 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 and so it is. Ahom Takwase, all our relations. Amen, hallelujah. All right, y'all. Go forth and prosper. Yep, spread the love, beginning with yourself. And we'll see you next Wednesday. All right. Tell everybody about it. Your brother's getting online to start talking to people. Jacinta's going to help him do that. But tell folks about it. Let's just raise the vibration. I just got that image. Let's go ahead and just raise the vibration. This planet. All right. Love y'all.